Alright, we'll get it eventually. Shit. Now let's see. Alright, that looks a little better. Okay. So, what I am doing right now is I'm working on a quilt. I've got a neighbor that is going through colon cancer right now. And she just had her final surgery, and it looks like she should be recovering okay. And I've been trying to get her a quilt done, but everything's been crazy busy. So here are the fabrics I'm using. And what I'm going to do now is I'm going to sew these all together and make a long strip set, and then cut them to kind of make like a piano key type border. So we'll see how that turns out, because I'm not going to do it in any rhyme or reason. I'm just going to take them, and these are batiks. The nice thing about batiks, for the quilters that don't know, is batik has no right or wrong. Most quilting fabric is printed. It starts out as a white piece and it's printed. A batik is dyed, so it's the same pattern through and through, which makes it nice, because then you don't have a right or a wrong. Okay. Alright, so can you guys hear me and all that jazz? Is this at least working a little better? We'll see how it goes once I start sewing. So I'm using my walking foot. Anybody that's watched me before, there's no real rhyme or reason other than it's on here. And it sews a nice 1/4 inch, so that's what we're using. Hopefully that's not like crazy loud, but you know, you're watching a guy sewing, so you're gonna hear the machine, I guess. Now we'll put a couple of these together, and then I'll show you guys what the quilt looks like so far. Kathy, I got these at the shop there in Greenwood, where we did our little meet and greet. You were there. They have a huge selection of batiks, really nice. So, and I'm gonna stagger them. I got some wide pieces and some narrow, and I'm not worried about the color combination, because I think all of what I have works well together. So we're just going to kind of be random. I don't know, I kind of like the randomness. We'll get her straightened out. And I'm not really ironing in between, because sewing on the different edges isn't going to be affected whether or not the seam next to it is ironed out or not. Good morning, Mary. You pre-washed. I have never pre-washed any fabric ever. I know some people do. I never have. I've heard arguments either way. Okay, so this is going to come along fairly quickly. Kind of went off the beaten path here a little bit. Let me fix this. This is where I ran into a narrow piece. Voila. I am making a strip set so I can cut it up and kind of make a piano key border for a quilt using these same fabrics. As soon as I get a little bit of this done, then we will take a look at the quilt that I'm adding it to. You guys will have a better idea of what I'm doing. So I've got some wide and some narrow, and we're just gonna slap them in there, here and there. Now the only thing I'm doing, because not all these are cut perfectly straight, is just trying to line up my edges. I'm using a Juki 2000 QI, and I absolutely love it. It seems like it works pretty good. It's gone through just about everything I've thrown at it so far. Not that I've done really heavy quilting with it. But it's a workhorse. And it's normally not this loud. I've got the walking foot on, and this walking foot that came with it is a very heavy duty to me. It feels very stout, and it's a little clunky. But without the walking foot on, this thing is pretty quiet. Yes, I'm using a walking foot. So let's see if this makes you upside down. Alright, so that is the quilt that I am working on. So I'm going to be making the piano keys to be coming out like this, to go all the way around. This right here is a pretty good size. Each one of them squares is, well, to be honest, I don't know. Let's measure. We're at about 4 foot by about 4 by 5 right now. So we're gonna add a border, and we're gonna go with that. So here, I'm gonna move the camera angle, so bear with me, y'all. There we go. Sorry for all the movement. Try and get y'all in a better, so you can actually see what I'm doing. All right. See if that works a little better. Okay. So I'm just taking and adding, and I've got some black, so I'm going to add some black in here too. Just these little strips, just for a, you know, because I like the contrast. And it'll play off of the black that's in those squares already. Now, the only thing I don't like about jelly rolls is a lot of places are pinking the ends to keep it from raveling. Pinking is for our new quilters. When you have this serrated, you got tiny little triangles on the side, that's pinking. That keeps the fabric from raveling. But it kind of makes it difficult sometimes to line up if you're not paying attention. I like to cut those off sometimes. I just trim them before I get going. Okay, so let's throw in, let's do another white. Alright, we'll throw in a light, then we'll start cutting our little sections. You'll see what I'm doing. I just kind of give it a couple stitches and then get my fabric worked out. Okay. All right. So, I'll take you guys over here because I'm going to press this real quick. All right. So, I'm going to take from the back side first and try to get my seams to all lay in one direction. It just seems like it makes it a little easier. I'm not going to get real fussy with this because I just don't do that. Okay. So now let's work out some of these wrinkles here. Now I'm making sure I'm not pushing real hard because I don't want to stretch this fabric, and I don't want to put a wave in it because I think I've sewed these pretty straight. So I don't want to iron a wave into them. Now, turn you around this way. Alright, so here's where I'm working. So these are all scraps from another project, and so are those squares, really. I tried making a strip surprise by 3 Dudes Quilting, and it didn't work out because my machine messed up on me in the middle of the project. And then I started using another machine, and all my seams were like totally screwed up. So I salvaged what I could and turned it into another project. Okay. So I'm going to take this, I'm going to fold it over, and I'm going to use this seam here as my guide. Alright, so I got it lined up with the lines on my cutting mat. And we're going to get us a nice straight start. And I think I'm going to go kind of wide on this, so we're going to do, we'll do 6-inch. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Just because that seems like a good number. And I'm going to cut this other section up as well. We're going to add that. And I don't think I got enough for one more. Nope. So we'll add more to this later. Actually, we'll just take that off. There we go. Okay, so this is what the strip set from the original project looked like. So we are going to cut this up and add this to what we have. Okay, this will really throw some more black in there. And once I get these cut, I will start doing some chain piecing, and this will start coming together. There we go. I just kind of do them whenever I have time, Susan. I used to try to keep a schedule, but my work schedule has kind of messed that up. I was trying to do it like every Monday, and work has kind of put a stop to that because my work schedule's been so hectic. Alright, so I got 2 sets, and then we got these randoms. Turn everything the right way. And then we're going to start a little assembly line, and these will go together quick. I'm just going to sew these together like you would a jelly roll race quilt or something. Okay, so try and bring y'all back over here. Alright, so my thread came out. Now when the thread comes out, pull it to where you get a nice straight piece of thread. See how the end of that's all crinkled? Just pull it to where you get a nice straight piece. And then it'll make re-threading your machine a little easier. This machine has a thread cutter on it, and sometimes it seems like it cuts it a little short. And then if I bump it, then I've pulled my thread out. Let's do this. Okay, see what we're coming up with? Kind of looks alright to me. And I'm going to turn it around. And I'll slap one of these on this end. Yeah, I like scrappy too. I'm not a very fussy quilter. Um, I don't mind following a nice pattern. Um, but I'm more of a quilter that is quilting for, you know, I want to be able to use it. I don't care if it looks nice, but I don't want to fuss over it so much that when somebody goes to use the quilt that I'm freaking out because, you know, that's 2 years of my hard work and now you're wallowing on the couch with it. Because at the end of the day, I mean, it's a quilt and that's what they're meant for. So, I don't make strictly utilitarian quilts, but I don't make foofy, like, quilt show quilts. I try to do somewhere in between, like something that's pretty and useful. Okay, I think we'll do one last one. And then we'll start putting it on the quilt itself. Oh, Happy New Year. Alright, so some of these are a little bigger. So, here's what we're going to do with that. Alright. So, we just got a little bit of stragglers here. I'm going to trim them off. So when I'm doing this, I'm lining up here, and I'm lining up with my thread lines here. And then I'm just trimming her up. Okay. Okay, so I've got the side that I want it on. Let's see. Yeah, when I'm in the middle of doing something, I just kind of cut and go, cut and go. Alright, so I got some missed spots. I'll take care of them real quick. Like I was explaining with some of these, with this pinked fabric, sometimes you get too close. You get too close to the pinked edge and then it wants to pull through. I'm just going to go through real quick and check. And I don't have too many spots where that happened, but there's a couple here. Alright, I think we're good. Alright. So, I'm just going to start at the beginning of this strip that we've made. Everything's situated in my lap. There, and I'll take a couple stitches to get it in place, and then we'll get it in order. Now, damn it, I've knocked my thread out again. I hear my daughter about to come in. She's on winter break right now. Alright. Now what I'm trying to do is you don't want to stretch your top and you don't want to stretch your border. So when you're sewing these, you want to make sure that both of them can flow kind of freely. Because you just want them to lay on top and you want them to be sewed right down where they lay. You don't want to pull either one of them. What's up, dear?
Hi.
Did you take the dog out?
Mm-hmm. I changed it up and then I walked down here.
Alright. Mommy and McKenna still sleeping? Huh?
Yep. I got bored and I wanted to come down. So
That's fine.
brought you a morning snack or something.
Do what?
Said I brought you a morning snack.
You brought me a morning snack, huh?
I guess.
What'd you bring?
A candy cane.
Oh, there you go. Alright, so we got one side done. Put you guys in the basket because I can't see.
Got a neat setup, Dad.
It's a little better, isn't it?
Yep.
Okay. So now we need this side.
Yeah, I'm getting away from the iron this time.
Well, don't touch it. You act like it was an accident. You walked up and touched it. Duh. Yeah, last time my daughter was in here with me, for whatever reason, a 9-year-old being a 9-year-old, I set my iron out of the way, totally out of the way, and what does she do? Walks up and touches it to see if it's still hot. And what'd you learn, Shaylin?
Don't ever touch an iron. It
Right.
hurts. It's hot. You know.
It's hot, ain't it?
Hot.
Yeah. And then what's it do to your finger?
Yeah. Your skin starts bubbling up, and you have a scar.
Yeah. And then you spend the next 3 days telling your dad how bad your finger hurts, right?
Yep.
And then what's Dad say? Huh?
You shouldn't have touched the iron.
Don't touch the iron next time, right?
Yeah.
Yep, lesson learned. So do you think the iron's still hot today, or do you need to touch it to see?
Dad, don't make me do this.
Is it still hot over there?
It's on, so
Okay. Sounds like we've learned our lesson.
Yeah. So are you working on that one blanket?
Yes, this one is for Cassandra.
Ooh, yeah, I just talked to her this morning. Her car battery was dead yesterday and today, and she didn't get to celebrate her New Year.
Uh-oh.
Sadly. But
Well, I wish I would have known. We could have given her a jump start.
I know, but she went over there and asked about it. She doesn't know if it's her battery or the other thing.
Alternator?
Yep.
Her alternator might not be charging her battery. Yeah. That happens sometimes.
She said she doesn't have the money for it if it's the alternator.
Yeah, they can be kind of expensive.
Yeah. Quilt looks beautiful, Dad.
Well, thank you.
Do you even use these anymore?
Yeah. There's just a bunch of them. I don't use them all at once.
Yeah. But quite rainbowy.
Okay. Bada bing, bada boom. Watch out, because I'm going to spread this out.
Okay, I thought you were gonna go iron it.
Looking good. Looking colorful.
Yep.
There we go. I think it's turning out all right. I like that border on there. So we'll add some more to this one. And we'll add some more to this one here. And then we'll do a final outside border of some kind. And then we'll probably call that good. And if anybody, give me that. If anybody caught my shoes on the ground, I am a barefoot sewer.
It helps, right?
I don't know. I just like it. All right. Oh, since I've got you pointed, anybody is looking for a way to organize their space. I got those at Home Depot. Those are little plastic pegboards, 16 inches. And I went and got these little hooks. They work great. And then I got these baskets, came in a set. So here's a smaller one, and those are the bigger ones. I think that's about 12 inches by probably 6 deep, and they're great. I like them. I got all my thread. They hold my rulers. I keep my long ruler right there, and then I got all my cutting stuff right there. It makes it really nice. Okay. Alright, y'all, so I guess that's going to be it for today. I haven't been on in a while, so kind of felt like I was missing you guys, and just wanted to let you in on what I'm doing. So I'm going to keep making the border that we made. I really love these batiks. I don't know, I just really like them. Very colorful, and I like the black. You know, the black really, if you want your colors to pop, add some black. If you're trying to tone them down, add white. And I don't want to tone those down because they got a nice, bold, rich color to them that I really like. And hopefully, getting this quilt will brighten up Cassandra's mood a little bit. She's had a rough go of it. She's a really sweet lady, and even through everything she's going through, she makes homemade ceviche from time to time and brings it over, or when she's making fajitas or tacos or tamales, you know, she's always running stuff over. So even in her time of, I don't know, I don't want to say crisis, but maybe crisis is the right word, going through chemo and dealing with everything she's dealing with, you know, she's still being neighborly and bringing food over. So we are going to hook her up and give her something warm to sit under, maybe on the days that she's not feeling so good. And now she'll have something, you know, nice and colorful and bright, and something warm to, you know, get cozy with. So anyway, that's all for today. I guess I'm out of here. Shaylin, you got anything to add?
Do not touch the sign.
The iron. Don't touch the iron.
People.
Take it from her. She went and touched it for you guys. She learned her lesson, didn't we?
Yeah.
Yeah. Irons are hot. That's crazy. So anyway, that's the joys of having a 9-year-old sew with you. We're going to get her rocking on her own machine here at some point. I don't know. It's crazy turning her loose because she's kind of wild. Anyway, that's all. Happy New Year. I hope it was a safe one and enjoyable one. And day 1 of 2019, baby. So going forward, yeah, let's make it another good year. Let's learn some more and quilt some more and do some more stuff. So thanks everybody for watching, and I will update you guys when I'm done doing this top, and then maybe I'll do a video of when I'm quilting it. So that'll work. Alright, bye y'all. Love you. Everyone have a good day. Go do something productive, and by God, go quilt something.